Welcome to Day 7 of the 12 Days of Hytale. I got to sit down and talk with Chaotic, a server owner for a brand new PvP server he's looking to start in Hytale. But before we begin, make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss the rest of the 12 Days of Hytale. Thank you so much, Chaotic, for agreeing to do this interview. First question I got for you is, what is Darktale and how best would you describe it?
Yeah, I would describe Darktale as a Hytale server focused on competitive PvP, territory warfare, and dungeon crawling, but we do have a little bit of everything for everyone.
And what actually inspired your idea for Darktale?
So there's many games that inspired Darktale. I'd say some of the biggest inspirations would just be other PvP related MMOs or games like Albion Online, Conqueror's Blade, Darkfall Online, and of course the classic Minecraft factions.
Gotcha. Now, I see that y'all have actually been working on this project for quite a while now. How long have you actually been working on it?
So we are coming up on almost 7 years exactly, because funny enough, the idea of Darktale actually originally started out as a factions Minecraft server, and then a week later, the Hytale trailer dropped, and I immediately told myself and those I was working with that the project would be switching to Hytale because I knew we'd be able to expand upon the idea and create something that Minecraft never could.
So, how big is the team working on the Darktale project, and what's their experience with coding and making a server like this?
Yeah, so we currently have 5 people on the team. I'm pretty sure all 5 of us have some type of programming or dev experience, although some others are focused on other parts of our project. While I don't think any of my team has direct experience running a Minecraft server specifically, besides maybe myself, a couple of our devs do have professional software developer experience, and a couple of us have worked in game development as a hobby over the past couple of years.
I noticed in your Reddit post that it looked like y'all had a roadmap. So what's the plan for Darktale as the game releases?
Yeah, so we do have an open roadmap that can be seen in our Discord and on the Reddit post and wherever you may see us post around. We're looking at early access, which is also around during Hytale's early access. We're going to try to get our core game systems implemented. So it's going to be like the land claiming and city building, open world siege battles, capital control points, player housing, player races, massive centralized dungeon, clan permissions, and like an economy. And then after that, when we get to like actual 1.0, which would be like our season 1 release, is when we kind of get all the extra things in, like bonuses for races, leaderboards, season rewards, mini games, new enemies, new equipments, new cosmetics, and things like that too. And then in the long development future, we plan on expanding even further with like expanded magic systems and just more content in general.
Goodness, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's a pretty long development roadmap for us.
You mentioned in there that about dungeons. How would you like, or what's the idea for what you'd want to see the dungeons look like and play like?
So the dungeons, we're gonna have a lot of various dungeons, but the main focus, especially at the start, is going to be we're going to have one big dungeon in the center of the map. It's going to be a massive labyrinth of dungeon rooms and bosses to fight and loot to be found, but also PvP. The focus is to create a like PvP VE massive dungeon where a lot of the rare gear and loot will be found to encourage players to fight for.
So you mentioned that there will be different races for you to pick. How will those work in game? Like, will each faction be its own race, or how functionally will they play?
So 4 races we currently have in the works. 4 basic races is going to be the human, dwarf, elf, and the half-orc. For those races, while these aren't finalized, we do have some different buffs and debuffs that could apply based on which race you choose. So each race would have, there's 4 different attributes. One would be a general buff, one would be a combat buff, one would be a kingdom buff or like a clan buff, which I'll explain in a moment. And then I think and then a crafting buff. So for example, for like a dwarf, the crafting buff might be something like every type of gear you craft has more durability or something like that, or more armor value, or a specific, and it may have like a specific item that can only be crafted by dwarves. As for like general buffs. It could be anything ranging from just different stat boosts or mining speeds or something like that. The Oh, and I think I mentioned a magic buff. A magic buff would be for when we do the expanded magic system, we'd have buffs towards a certain magic school that for that race. And then the kingdom buff would be what we have in the works is if your clan is comprised of over 50% of one singular race, your whole clan would get a kingdom buff as a like a gathering rallying force of that race. So if your clan is 10 people and you have 6 dwarfs in the clan, then you're gonna have a dwarf kingdom buff, or whatever that may be, which we don't have any specifics on what that is yet, but that's the idea behind it.
I noticed in the Discord that there were plans for mini games as well in the server. What kind of mini games are you looking to add to the server?
Yeah, so for mini games, the main ones we're looking at is just kind of some basic ones you expect from a PvP server, some arenas like 3v3s, 1v1s, and then some more complex ones would be like since we're very focused on having that big center dungeon, it would be like a dungeon arena. So you'd have just like a big crypts of like, the arena would be basically an indoor, like underground, like tunnel system where you'd fight for each other's bases. It'd also be PvP related.
That sounds pretty cool. So do you have any other ideas for different servers, or is Darktale just going to be your main focus?
Darktale is definitely our main focus right now. Anything additional will just be into that mini game content realm, maybe something connected to the Darktale network as a whole. But as of right now, we don't have any plans for any alternative game design, game servers.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much, Chaotic, for taking the time to answer some questions about Darktale. Let people know where they can find the server, and thanks so much.
Yep, so we can find it with the Discord link, which we'll provide. And then in the Discord, you feel free to answer any question or ask any questions you may have. We'll always be around to answer. We do have a website and a wiki that is being worked on. The wiki has some information right now, but once that's fully up and running, you'll be able to get all the details of how our systems work.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you look down in the description for the Discord server for Darktale. And if you're not already, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the rest of the 12 Days of Hytale. I'll see you in the next one.